We want everyone to have the best experience possible at this year's Polymer Summit. This is an inclusive community. No matter your experience or background, you're welcome here. We encourage you to be excellent to each other by saying hi to new faces, building on one another's ideas, and reporting any uncomfortable experiences. We have a zero-tolerance policy for harassment of any kind. This policy is posted on large signs around the venue, and our full community guidelines are on the event website. Please share your positive and constructive feedback with staff and speakers. Staff and speakers can be identified by their staff or speaker badges or shirts. Let's make this the best developer event ever by creating an excellent experience at this year's Polymer Summit. Thanks.
Hello, and welcome to day 2 of our Polymer Summit. So we've got a bunch of really awesome speakers here for day 2. And to start off is 2 of my oldest friends in this industry. I've worked with Ben and Dion for about 10 years now across 3 different companies, just the latest being Google. And I'm such old friends with them, you saw they let me write their abstract for this talk, which if you notice, they're going to do some interpretive dance. So definitely pay attention near the end when Dion lifts Ben over his head and twirls him around. It's really spectacular. So with that, I'd like to welcome onto the stage Ben and Dion.
Hello. It's a pleasure to be here with you this morning to kick off day 2 of the Polymer Summit.
He's Ben Galbraith.
And he's Dion Elmer. So to start out with, I do have a bit of bad news.
That's great news for us as developers, but it's mostly great news for our users if we use the platform. Thanks for having me, and thanks for making your sites fast and small.
Thank you, Alex. All right, so we're ready for our morning break. I just have a couple quick announcements. So there will be food and refreshments across the way. Just a reminder, there's the Ask Polymer Lounge where you can get your questions answered. That is staffed right now. And we'll be back here at 11:30. All right, welcome back. Just have one quick announcement. We're going to be doing a panel later on. This is everyone's favorite chance to put us on the spot. Give extra hard questions this year because I'm not going to be on it or moderating it. In order to put a question on, we'll have microphones here, but also if you have any questions you think of in the meantime, tweet them at #AskPolymer. That way it doesn't get confused with the other summit stuff. So as you can tell, we're big into use the platform. A lot of times that gets misconstrued online. If you really want to know what it means to us on the Polymer team, if you go to polymerproject.org/about, we've got a nice article there about it and what it means to us. To find out what the web platform means and how it's made, please welcome to the stage Mariko.
Thank you, Matt. Hi, Mariko. This is my Twitter handle and GitHub and pretty much everywhere on the internet. I
stuff and just switching out divs. This is an actual legitimate large-scale application that has modals and alerts, popovers, all the different things that you want in an application, but it also loads just as fast as any other of the fastest PWAs right now. So please, we encourage you to take a look, and we're really proud of what we have so far.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So some of you may have noticed it took us a little while this summer to get the schedule out for this. One of the last pieces on the last day we were trying to get it up, we were like, we asked the Ionic guys if they wanted to do a presentation at Polymer Summit, and they got really excited about it, and Dion had sent them an email, and we were asking for the abstract and bios and all that so we can put it up. And it finally and Dion sent an introduction email with us and them, and we were talking to them, and they kept tweeting about it, that they were very, very excited. But then we weren't hearing back about bios and the abstract. So finally we put together on the very last day, we had the email, Dion had the email wrong. So the entire time we weren't actually communicating, and apparently ionic.com is some other thing, and they weren't even replying to us. So luckily we got all that figured out at the very last second. So it's lunchtime, just a few announcements. Just like yesterday, halal and kosher meals are available at a station over there. If you can't find them, ask a staff member. There's a code lab starting in 15 minutes. It's a really cool one. It's purple with Firebase and custom elements with Keanu in the code lab area. And we'll be back here at 1:30 or 13:30 if you're not a silly American like me. See you in a little bit.
Hey, everybody. Let's see. Our next set of talks are going to be shedding some light on some mysterious black box stuff. Much like Schrödinger's cat in the box, we're going to reveal the true state of things. Speaking of which, anyone know what Schrödinger's favorite input type is? Checkbox. Okay, so our next speaker is also my manager, so if you give him a big round of applause, I can use that in my performance review. Gray Norton.
Thank you, Brendan. That was excellent. Welcome, everybody. My name is Gray Norton. I'm an engineering manager on the Polymer team.
Sadly, in ES6 modules, that's not allowed. We're not allowed to know who we are, so you have to include some information about where is the file relative to me. So, thanks for listening. We've covered lots of stuff, and admittedly, this is a bit of a grab bag of technical stuff, so I appreciate everyone paying attention. So what are some takeaways, right? Browsers love modules, they get along fine. You know, there's even the no module keyword for old browsers. The way we have to write JS will change a little bit. It's pretty subtle, and it's mostly to do with the way we interact with files, but they're things that might bite you as you go along. And secondly, modules play nice with NPM modules via rollup, but we obviously recommend Yarn for the flat package approach. And I'll leave you with some further reading. My colleague Jake, who managed to avoid giving a talk, is hiding somewhere, and you can go grab him or myself after the talk and find out more about modules. And that's it.
Thank you, Sam. All right, guys, we made it to the break. We've got about half an hour before our next big event, which you are not going to want to miss. So please go fill yourselves with caffeine and carbohydrates. Get that in your bloodstream, and come back here for 4 o'clock for Supercharged Live, Live, Live.
How's it going? So, starting my comedy bit. So, what is Forrest Gump's favorite password? One, Forrest, one. What's a computer's favorite rhythm? An algorithm. Tell me a programming joke.
What's a computer's favorite beat? An algorithm.
Well, up next, I don't know if you've seen Supercharged before, but you may remember this duo from the last Polymer Summit and their hit YouTube series, Supercharged. We have Surma and Paul Lewis.
Hello, hello, hello. Actually, the late Paul Lewis is now in the cloud doing machine learning. Pour one out for Paul Lewis. So here I am.
Hello, Copenhagen. So I saw this bit recently.
And not every browser has it, of course, so, trying to bring down polyfills. And I think a way that that could happen is, oddly enough, through payments and commerce on the web, because the more we allow users to buy things and spend money there, the more companies pay attention, large companies that have tons and tons of sites and have tons and tons of developers. And so if we can start doing more stuff with payments, I know that Chrome payments just came to desktop, we'll start attracting a lot more attention. And then hopefully companies will start putting a lot more attention into their browsers or paying attention in standards meetings and stuff.
Yeah, people on the team know that the thing I care about sort of the most is performance. And I think I've said this before, but I think with custom elements we have an opportunity to add things to the browser that makes it faster, makes us able to do things in custom ways faster. I care about this for a couple reasons. Obviously, I want things to be faster so that we can all make stuff that's awesome and better for users. But there's another reason. And you heard yesterday in Alex Russell's talk, he talked a lot about mobile CPUs. Now, he only talked about that for like 5 minutes, but he works in the same office as us. And we have to hear him talk about that for like hours and hours and hours and hours. And I would like to have things faster so I don't have to hear that venting very much anymore.
Alex, he's joking. We love you. Please talk to us.
All right, great. So Matt's going to come on in a second with some closing remarks and some very important announcements. So please be sure to stick around. But thank you so much for the panel.
And thank you.
All right, so we have an odd tradition, apparently, in these Polymer Summits. So if any of you were here last time in London, you may recall that a few people joined us with just about an hour to go after going through a pretty crazy, hellish airport experience for a couple of days. So this year, we've managed to do something even better, and a few people showed up, 2 of them, in fact, just about an hour ago on a sailboat from Germany, just to join the last hour. So I want to give them a brief hand. And not to repeat Taylor too much, but first I want to just say, thank you very much. This means very, very much to us as a team. This is the highlight of our year. It's turned into that. We were, the first Polymer Summit we did 2 years ago, actually. We had never actually put on a developer event before. We've got an experienced team that helps us and makes us look all slick and professional, but we had never done it. And now it's really the highlight of our year, and it's what we plan around, and it really means a lot to us. So it means a lot that you're here. It means a lot that more people were at this one than ever before, despite the fact that we're in summer, and the fact that we're in Copenhagen's a little further away for some people. So that's really, really, really awesome. So just a few things. So one, I want to give a huge thank you to the speakers and the staff. We're going to do a little bit of a camera work with this one, so if we can do an extended cheer, that would be great. So let's give everyone a big hand. Thank you very much. So we have 2 different events we need to tell you about in just 2 weeks. On the 5th and 6th of September in Krakow, there's a Google Developer Days. Look that up on your favorite search engine. Hopefully it's Google. Tickets are still available. And then starting exactly 2 months from today, on October 23rd and 24th, we're going to have the 5th Annual Chrome Dev Summit. We'll be there. It's back home in San Francisco. Tickets are available on August 30th. You are the first to hear that. So definitely show up and see us there. We'll be there. We'll be doing some talks, and a lot of the other people, including our Polymer Home, Google Home, will be there as well in person. So just 2 last things. One is the survey that you got in your email just a few minutes ago is really, really important to us. We take it incredibly seriously, hence the wider chairs, hence the more bathrooms, but even the content. I actually personally read every single response we get, and so do a number of other people. So it's really important. If you can fill that out, that's great for us. It helps us improve these events going forward. And then the last is one of the other odd traditions we have. The very first Polymer Summit, we ended up giving away a lot of the bean bags and pillows and everything else, and people started tweeting them going home. And someone tweeted a picture of a Polymer Summit beanbag going around like a luggage carousel at an airport. So we give these away each time. If you want a pillow or anything, I think there's only a couple beanbags left already because people have already figured this out. They're at the swag table. And that's it. Thank you very much. Hope to see you next time.